Today at the dungeon, we're checking out the Spark Mini Booster from TC Electronic. I am really beginning to enjoy this analog series of pedals from TC Electronic. This is the third one in a row that I bought, and the reason I bought it is because the last two videos that I did, the TC Electronic pedals, both of those pedals were 50 bucks or less, and this one was too, and honestly I just happened to catch this one out of the corner of my eye, and I realized I didn't really have a boost pedal. I'd never really used one. Why not? Let's get, let's give it a shot. They haven't let me down yet. They continue to deliver. I like the simplicity of it. This being a mini pedal, obviously there's, now a lot of other mini pedals nowadays, they're putting all the mini knobs and knobs on the tops and the sides, and this one obviously with a boost pedal, in most cases anyway, in this case anyway, there's not really a whole lot that that needs to be done with it, other than, it's a switch and a level knob is what it is. Of course, the offset jacks, obviously, there's, unlike the two larger pedals out of the same series, this one's got Allen screws on the back of it, which leads me to believe that there is no battery compartment on the inside of it. So it's 9 volt DC or bust. This one, I believe, is also rated at 40 milliamps, You know, again, being as simple as it is, I would be real surprised if it was half of that. Like all the other TC Electronic pedals, you know, it's, you know, metal, solid metal construction, built real well. This one's kind of got a cool graphic on it, which what I read, one of the TC guys that was designing it, you know, kind of started drawing that out on a napkin. You know, really what he finished out on that napkin is what they print on the pedal today. So it's kind of cool. Another cool feature that it has on it, of course, is true bypass. All these pedals are true bypass. You know, if you're into that sort of thing, that's a whole nother discussion. But it is true bypass. But what it does do is, and I tried to demonstrate it as best I could, you can actually hold the switch down and it will activate the pedal, you know, for just like a quick solo fill of some kind, you know, if you just need it on for a couple of seconds, and then when you release your foot off of it, it shuts back off. So rather than doing that motion with your foot, you can just simply do that. So for a short lead boost, just a few seconds, you can cut your tap dancing in half, so to speak. So it's a very, very cool feature. You know, the one thing that I am not wild about is the 9-volt jack is on the side on this one as opposed to on the top. So, but it's up above the input jack on it. It's up above it and out of the way. So unlike say an MXR Phase 90 or a lot of the MXR pedals, when they stick it down there underneath it, which drives me absolutely crazy. This one's, it's not nearly that bad. It's a lot easier to work with and maneuver around. Not as good as it would be as if it were on top, but you know, it's, you know, again, a pedal of this size, you got to make some sacrifices. They compromised very, very well, I believe. Now, the nitty gritty on it, this thing will provide up to 20 dB of boost. You know, a little goes a long way, I think, in most situations, and that's what I found when I moved it to the end of the effects chain, or in this demo anyway, after the distortion pedal. When I had it at the end of the effects chain, you know, I think I initially started with it all the way up just to see what it would do, and it was way too much. Halfway, you know, in this environment seemed to be way too much, so I backed it down to 3/4, and even then, you know, it was still plenty of boost. At the end of the chain, it will act as a clean boost, essentially, and it will boost up the entire signal of your chain. When you move it before, you know, the distortion of the overdrive pedal in your chain, then it will act as a gain boost, which is what I was doing in the beginning part of the demo. And I really, really, really like the way that it sounds. You know, it seems to, obviously it makes it louder and gives it more gain, but also kind of seems to fill out the tone a little bit more. So whereas if I really, really liked this dark matter distortion, and I do really, really like this dark matter distortion by itself, I love it when I'm using it with this in front of it. I think it's a really, really, really cool sound, and it has a lot of you know, a lot of different uses that you can do with it. You know, again, you know, from the front to the back of your effects chain, you can you know, you can even operate as a gain boost going straight into an amp. You know, and it's also very, you know, very useful should you decide to run it in the effects loop, which is, I've been doing that with EQ pedals for a long time. This would be a much simpler way to, you know, essentially accomplish that and also save some space on the board. You know, because most EQ pedals I've ever used are going to be, you know, full-size stomp boxes, you know, 3 or 4 times the size of this, significantly larger. Another 10 out of 10 effort from TC Electronic, and another one that is $50 or less. I saw these on Amazon for $45, I think. You know, and I learned very fast that this is a pedal. A boost pedal is something everybody, I think, should have in their arsenal. And if you're looking for a good inexpensive one, a real good inexpensive one, buy this. Please go visit my friends at Share the Music on Facebook. You can find the link to their Facebook page on the screen below, as well as down in the description. If you have broken or unwanted instruments or whatnot that are just laying around, if you contact those folks, they can and send it to them. They were put on this planet to make sure that they go to those folks that are less fortunate, and so that those people have an opportunity to receive the gift of music as well. And I believe in it, and I think everybody else should too. Any and all applicable links down in the description, as well as various methods of contact, both to me and to Share the Music. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button to my channel, and more cool stuff to come very, very soon.